let's talk about Sindhi music and tell us about how you started out with music.
See, the main reason I would say is it runs in my genes. My grandfather, Padma Shri Professor Ramkumar, he's the cultural ambassador of Sindhis, and music was in the family.
Right.
So I grew up listening to him, and even as a kid, he used to have this tradition of having a like a musical evening at our place on every Monday night, which was called a chonki. So anybody could just walk in. It was open for all. So every Monday night, till my grandfather was alive for about 40 years, from 9 to 11, there would be Sindhi
Wow.
music happening in my house. So even as a kid, if I was sleepy or tired, I was shaken and woken up and said, "No, you have to sing." That's how it all started.
So, what was your favorite something from those days? What you heard it from your grandfather, or what you first learned?
All these songs which are still being heard, they're so popular. Like last night at the program, I sang Sikame.
Give us a few
Yeah.
lines, no?
Okay. Sikame, oh Sikame, Sikame, oh Sikame, Sikiya ke kina sikai suara, Dukhiya ke kina dukhai bhalara, Sun swal muya jo, hino hal muya jo. So I grew up listening to all these.
What's the origin of this song?
The origin is this is written by my grandfather. Yeah. So it's like Sikame, Sikhiya cake. It's actually everything it's a Sufi if you put it in that perspective. It's for the master, for the Lord. So he's saying, don't tarsao me. Sun swal muya jo, hino hal muya jo means I'm not in a good state. So you just give me your grace, give me your yeah. The deeper meaning is that.
Then?
And the other one is Alaije Chame Razia. That's also, it's like anywhere in the world I go, that any Sindhi can associate with that. Okay, that's a beautiful song. Alaije Chame Razia, Alaije Kaisa Razia, Alaije Chame Razia, Alaije Kaisa Razia. कोई राजा को फकीर बाजीगर जी बाजिया, कोई राजा को फकीर बाजीगर जी बाजिया, अलाइजे छा मेरा जिया, अलाइजे कैसा राजिया. Thank you.
What does it mean?
This is like, I don't know, अलाइजे कैसा राजिया. We don't know with who God is happy with. कोई राजा को फकीर, like it's all about karma. There's a king and there's a pauper. Bazi Garaji Bazia, it's all his game.
Right.
We don't know what we have done to be where we are.
Nice.
Yeah. So these are the songs I grew up listening to.
You said you were talking about the chowkis, and then
So this is how the journey began, and my mother realized that I have it in me, like musically inclined, have a decent voice. So she put me under a very nice Guruji in Ahmedabad, where I stayed, where I spent my childhood. And the journey began from there. When I was, I think, about 15, I auditioned with All India Radio Ahmedabad. And at that age, for Sindhi music was very popular. And at that age, for a young Sindhi girl to be auditioned, and I was given a B high grade straight away, which was a big deal at that time. So that encouraged me a lot, and I took up Sindhi music seriously. I started listening to the
class.
The Sindhi, the superb singers that we have. Abida Parveen ji is my idol. Yeah, so I listened a lot to her, heard my Nana, all the other singers that we have. So it just took off from there, it just,
So how long were you with All India Radio?
I am still auditioned with them. I still perform for them. Yeah. It's not very often now, but they still have good concerts. I still sing for them.
And now, what sort of you travel a lot with your?
Yes, I do.
So
I do. I'm
tell
traveling
us something about
all
that.
the time. Oh, I love traveling because gives me a chance to connect to Sindhis all over the world, even in the remotest of villages in India and the biggest and the most beautiful countries outside of India. So and it's a beautiful feeling, because the minute you don't know them, but the minute you start singing these songs, you instantly just connect with the audience, and there's never been an occasion where at least like half of the audience hasn't come up to me and said, oh, we heard this from your grandfather, and oh, he was a professor at Jehin College, and it's an immediate connection. So it's a beautiful feeling. Yeah, yeah.
What about younger people? Is that
Younger people, now because of social media, I feel there's a very big change in the last 3-4 years. Because still about 3-4 years back, it was still not so out in the open. But I think over the past few years, there's a new awareness. I really feel that. So a lot of youngsters are getting into Sindhi music now.
like at the recent Jehin College seminar? How was that?
Oh, that was amazing. That was very nice. And I loved performing for the youngsters. And I could see, language, even if the kids understand half of the Sindhi language or a little of it, at least they're listening. At least constant that thing is there, Sindhi Galayo, that, continuous thing is there. And the very fact that they come on stage and all of them just dance to the Sindhi music is, I think, half a battle won. It's not a lost cause, definitely. Yeah.
So there's likely to be a resurgence.
Yes, definitely. We have to be optimistic.
What did you find at that occasion? What was the favorite number?
Favorite numbers again are always these Sikkame and Alaije, and my personal favorite is Nale Alakhaje, which I always say, and I love singing that song. I'll sing 2 lines of that for you. हो नाले धणिया जे बेड़ो तार मुंहिंजो, हो नाले अलख जे बेड़ो तार मुंहिंजो, आया निंधर निमाणी निधर आया मां निमाणी, मूंखे आधार तुंहिंजो आहे आधार तुंहिंजो, नाले धणीअ जे बेड़ो तार मुंहिंजो. Thank you.
Do you feel that singing these kind of songs has affected you personally, has made you that think the way the words, have they influenced you?
I think so, yes. And I see, it's not about singing these kinds of songs, but I think music definitely affects every individual. Forget the singer. If the singer is not affected, it will not affect the audience.
Right.
So any kind of music, whether it's Sufi music, any music.
No, I mean the actual words and their meaning, have those influenced you in your way of thinking and your life choices?
Yeah, definitely. I try and imbibe these words into my daily living. Yeah, I really connect at a very deep soul level. Yes, especially this song, Nale Lakhaje. Yeah.
And how do you, what advice would you give to young people who want to follow this path?
I don't know if I can advise them, but my suggestion would be that you get nothing easy. A lot of hard work. It's tapasya. The more you put in, the more you get. Music is such a beautiful thing, and it's like an ocean. And nowadays I feel it's a time of instant gratification and instant coffee. So people want it. People want everything on a platter and very, very easy. So I think it takes time. I think fame, stardom doesn't come easy, and if you want to really get it and for it to sustain, a lot of hard work goes in. Yeah.
There are young people who are singing.
Yes. There are quite a few.
So how do you work with them?
I guide them. I guide a few youngsters. If they come to me for guidance, I'm always available. I guide them. Yes.
Any particular music groups or classes that people should know about in case they want to take it up?
See, I feel not about classes, but I feel classical music is the foundation, is the base. So, not necessarily there's no particular person that you need to go to, but yes, you can definitely try and find out the ideal place for you. But classical music, if you learn classical music, that's the
That's the
foundation.
base.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Sindhi songs?
Sindhi songs, we have, I think most of the material is available on YouTube, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of fresh music being composed nowadays, which is a very sad thing. And I hope, there'll be new, fresher compositions so that we can sing and give something new to the community, which is, I think we are lacking in that department, but there's always hope. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah. Thank you, Saaz.
so much.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Saaz. Thank you.